Hello and Merry Christmas. Hope you're having a fantastic Christmas break. Welcome to our live roundup of 2023 so we can finally shut the door on it and lock it and pretend it never happened, like pretty much every year before that as well. And we can all sort of reminisce about how nice it was. No, it wasn't really. It was proper crap. But there we go. Anyway, how are we doing, gentlemen? We all enjoying Christmas?
Yeah.
They're all tired. I'll be honest with you. We've been on for the last hour and it's like waking them up.
Yeah.
So anyway, they've all had some special powder and they're right now. They've all woken up. Wakey pills, weren't they? Used to give in World War II, which was basically speed.
It was, yeah.
So yes, all doing well. Anyway, hello, good evening to the Flory family. Lovely to see so many of you in the chat as well. Hope you're all having a fantastic break. Lots going on in the forum at the moment. So yes, I did get married last year, so we have to forget that bit. But it was one of those sort of strange years. Well, no, not. How could we forget it? Clearly, but it feels like it's like a million years ago already. So it's all right.
Okay.
So yes, but anyway, good night. Anyway, lovely to see so many of you in chat. Lovely to have the YouTube community with us as well. And big thank you to you guys as well. Merry Christmas. I say, I hope you're having a nice break. Managed to get a bit of time off work. Like I said on my little Christmas Days post, hopefully by, I don't know, just after Christmas dinner, you've managed to get in the modelling room and get away from the family. Because they're all there. They're not normally all there. So find a little bit of a hole to go into. So yes, goodbye to 2023. Indeed, Chuck. And tonight's Lego light. So anyway, 2024, we're just building Lego. Let's face it, I haven't had any fit issues. I've had one missing part, if I'm honest, but
Have you?
I have actually, yeah.
Really?
Unless I made a cock up, and I don't think I have, I did have one missing part, just one tiny bit, which luckily I had a different part. So I've managed to make do. But so far, it's not finished yet, clearly. But no, it is coming together. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. There's a little bit of therapy.
How many hours you got in that now?
Probably, I would say at least 6 or 7. So, but again, I'm doing it like I did as a kid, you see. So there's some stupid reason, instead of bringing it in here or doing it at the kitchen table, I've been doing it on the floor in front of the TV.
Yeah, so it's supposed to do it, isn't it?
So my legs are like absolutely hammered and you've got no feeling in your feet because you're there. So, but yeah, I'm trying to sort of recreate my childhood of doing it in front of the telly. So, but yes, but it's coming together very nicely. Highly recommend it. Very, very good. It's got everything. It's got steering wheels and the engine works. All the pots go for the V6 and everything. It's a good bit of kit. All the suspension works. Very, very impressed, to be honest. So, yeah.
So have you been sat on your carpet cross-legged?
Well, not quite, because I couldn't even do that when I was 5, let alone when I'm 50. You know, so I've never managed. Have you seen a giraffe try and get up and down cross-legged? It's like, yeah. So, but no, I've been sort of to one side or legs out in front, and then that goes numb. So then you tuck them underneath. Yeah, the worries we have. You don't have that model making, I can tell you. No. It's less when the parts fall on the floor because we're already on the floor. So.
Could you mind if I tried that with our dog?
To be honest, I do that thing with Lola. She's great. Don't get me wrong, but she has no sort of thought or sort of awareness of what this is. So she literally just walks straight through it. So I put all the stuff in little piles, and she just walks through it and knocks it all flying. It's like you can at least try and go around it. If you have a cat, they try and go around things. Dogs just walk through it.
They're obviously like immune to the stepping on Lego.
Yes, clearly. You know, it must be, because clearly they've genetically been modified over the last 40 years not to actually feel Lego.
Yeah.
So, so anyway, good job. Hope you're all doing very well, though, and you have had a bit of a break and found some time for the family as well. And so we've got to ask everyone, Andy, what did you get for Christmas?
I had my 3D printer was my Christmas present, which was the month before, wasn't it? So I'd already had mine. So a chocolate orange and some money.
Oh, very nice. Very good. Very good. Nathan, what did you get?
For the first time in years, I got a model.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, because usually there's like a ban on me getting models for Christmas. Yes. A Raptor. Without a surprise, a Revell 72 scale Raptor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite nice.
because you haven't got enough models.
Yeah, because clearly you need some of them.
So we're going to have to change all the group builds for next year now.
Yeah,
so
to get a Raptor in somehow. Are you going to squeeze that one in next year? So, never mind. Good job. And John?
Nothing, to be honest.
Oh, John.
Oh, John.
Start the music.
It's my choice.
Get a new living room, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a new living room, I suppose. But yeah, no, I never bother with it. I always tell them not to bother. Because I only end up getting crap that I don't really want.
What did you buy then? Nothing.
Crap she didn't want.
She had a new living room.
You could have made her a nice model kit, John.
Yeah, you could have built her a model.
That would have gone down well, wouldn't it?
She would have liked that.
You loved it.
Pride of place in the new lounge. It would have been all right.
Yeah, I
On a
bet.
nice shelf.
Very nice. And Matthew, what did you get?
I got an impact driver, a cordless impact driver.
Okay. Very
Yeah,
nice.
Very nice it was too.
Okay, what will you be impacting with that?
Well, I've got a project, haven't I, that needs a lot of impact driving, as in it was separating from its floor and body shell, shall we say?
Yes.
So yes, so I got that and some other, smellies and other bits and bobs as well. Also, I thought I was in luck because I opened one present. I can never read the labels, and it was sorted out into the little piles of whose they were. And I get these really nice flash slippers, which I could do with a new pair of slippers if I'm honest. I get this funny look because they're feminine, shall we say? And I'm like, how you doing? He's like, thanks, yeah, these are great. And I'm thinking, like this, and then there's somebody pipes up, they're not for you, they're your your wife's. But also I opened some else and there was a candle as well, which obviously wasn't mine, which I thought it was. I thought, a candle, I could put a candle in there, have a nice smelly candle and make it all. That's not mine either. So
I thought you were going to try and tell us something. You're going to be changing your name and identity.
Yeah, well.
You have to change your pronouns.
Yeah. No, it was actually quite a nice day, Christmas Day, I have to say.
Actually, I did have a new pair of slippers as well. Forgot about that.
Yes.
It's the one thing I wanted, to be honest, a new pair of slippers. I need a new pair of slippers. And I did hint, because everybody goes, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, John, I'm like, not really bothered, because you end up, like I say, with crap you don't really want. But I did say I need a new pair of slippers, and it's one thing I didn't get. So I'm going tomorrow, after finish work, to go and get some Skechers slippers.
Skechers?
Yeah, I want some comfort and padding.
Yes, proper slippers.
Proper slippers, absolutely.
Work slippers.
Did you get your slippers?
Slippers.
Yeah.
I did get slippers. Yes, I've got slippers. Clearly, me and my brother just swap slippers. I buy him a pair, he buys me a pair, and we just hand them back and forth. It's the same slippers as well. It's the same pair. The only difference is I'm a size 11, he's a size 10. Otherwise, we could literally just not bother. Just say thanks. Cut that bit out, but we do that. But I did get a new hoodie, which I've managed to get something down it already, which I got told off for earlier. Yeah. It's like, I can't believe already you've got something down it. So that's had to go in the wash. And I got a new shirt, as you can see.
Nice.
From
Very
the kids.
flash.
Thanks, kids.
Very flash.
So that's it. I'm all right now. Very flash. Can be posh as well. So I've got that, and I've got some smellies as well. But most of all, I've got something now. It's like a 1-to-1 scale diorama of the Somme at the front of the house. So just to follow on, obviously we're supposed to have building work just before Christmas, which was going swimmingly until we couldn't get the concrete. It was supposed to come on Friday, but they literally just run out of time. They couldn't do it. So they're not back with the concrete people till the 2nd. So now what I've actually got is something quite reminiscent of the Somme. So yes, I was going to go out there and start kicking a football around at midday on Christmas Day.
Christmas truce on the front yard.
Yes, it literally is what I... And because obviously if you're in the UK, you'll know we've had a bit of rain. So now I've got a pond as well. Actually, it's more like a moat, to be honest. I've got about a 20-foot by 7-foot moat now outside the front door. So it literally is like CSI. I've got tape covering the door just in case some numpty's had a drink and decides to try and go out, because it's literally just over about a 4-foot drop down into the hole.
Take it off. See you later.
Be a pile of bodies there in the new year. So, but yeah, so that's literally what's been happening here.
I thought your builder was on a deadline. He had to start another job straight away.
Well, what he's done is because of it, they pushed back the starting of the new job by 2 weeks. So they're not starting it until I think it's the 16th or something on the new job. So he's allowed to do this one and go right the way through.
You do realise he's going to come up with the excuse it's too damp now. And
yeah, it's too wet now.
It's too wet.
Perfect.
So
it was perfect the week
and,
before. It was fine. It was dry, no problem. And now it's just too wet. So.
Aren't we due after this storm that's just gone a couple more?
Yeah, we've got another one at New Year's Day, haven't we? I think it's due to come through. So, yeah.
Is that the one with 2 foot of snow?
When's
too
that
cold
one
for concrete.
We've got another piece from the east coming, haven't we?
Oh, is it? Oh, nice.
Oh, apparently so, or something like that. Yeah, and a big cold spell's coming with 15 days worth of snow. I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah.
So
is this Google? Have you been on Google again?
Hey, I've been reading the Sun. It must be.
That's it. It's true.
Around
Around
March time, Phil will get his front finished.
yeah, it will be. I have some steps I can use.
Hey, just before the barbecue, more like.
Yeah, before the barbecue, I'll be making out of wood still. So you've got some steps
Yeah.
to get up and down.
Some scaffolding.
So anyway, but no, it has been a nice couple of days. We've had a little bit of a break. So the whole point of today's show is obviously we can talk about what we've been up to, what you guys have been up to. We've got a couple of announcements to make. So obviously, do you know, I'm going to have a coffee fit, and for the first time in ages, I haven't got a drink in here. So we will be making obviously the statistics from the site and all the bits and pieces. Well, obviously I was up this year doing all the builds, and obviously we'll be doing towards the end of the show, because I'll keep you all in wait for this, we'll be having our Lifetime Members Award for 2023, where 5 lucky members win a free lifetime subscription to the site.
Well, it's either lucky or the kiss of death. It's depending
Or
which
it's the
you
kiss
want to
of
look
death. It
at.
has been known as the kiss of death. For some reason, people go funny when they're not paying for it.
The condemned list.
The condemned list. We have called it that. So, but yes. So anyway, just to start off with, I'm going to bamboozle you now with some facts. All right. So this is the facts of this year of exactly what we've been up to. I've got them all written down in here. So stats. We've actually done 6 video builds this year. All right. So if I've got these queued up a little bit, which I did have, hold on, I might have lost it now. Over here, you can see we started the year with the F15, which was very much a fun build. And obviously we used the full Quinta Studio for this one, and we used aftermarket. We did a little bit of conversion work on it as well, because it wasn't right for what we needed, because we wanted to do it as a modern aggressor of the F15 C. So this is the 32nd Tamiya kit, and we went literally right the way through with this one. So this is our first build of the year. And considering I said actually the end of last year that I wasn't going to do big kits anymore, yeah, that all went out the window. So yes, as you can see, so really nice kit on that one. Very, very nice build. Thoroughly enjoyed it. All right. So then after that, we actually did, if I get them down in here in the order, we did the Tempest, which is down here. And again, really nice. Went aftermarket on this one as well. So we used the browsing sets for it. So we used the engine. We used the, it's got like a 3D printed look set as well for the instrument panel. And obviously, as this kit, as anyone knows is built one, does need brass legs, because the plastic legs just don't do the trick. So again, really nice detailed one on this. Full on build right the way through. All right, so we did that one and went into there, and again turned out absolutely lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and to be honest, it is a beautiful kit. If you haven't built the actual Edard's own kits, like the Tempests, obviously the 109s, the 190s, the Spitfires, the Mustangs, things like that, honestly, they are a joy to go. So if you get their sets that go in with them as well, they are fantastic, because you know they're going to fit, because they are designed around it. So again, really, really nice job with that one. So we went through with that. And then after that, we did the D9. So again, something a little different for me. I know it was mentioned that I hadn't done any armour this year. Does this count? I would say it does. So we did this particular one. Again, always fancy doing civilian construction stuff. So we went through onto full on with this one. Right the way through, and obviously it was around about this time we had the new launch of the new washes as well, the thick wash. So obviously we used the thick wash quite extensively on this one as well, as we was going through to sort of weather it up and do all the weathering stuff. So it worked really well, and the dust wash as well, which was a new addition to this year's Flory lineup as well. And we were going through and doing all things like that. So anyway, lots of fun with that one, plenty of weathering on it and going through. Again, I'd still like to do a diorama for this, but to be honest with you, the way that the political landscape is at the moment, I don't think it's in good taste. So I might actually not go through with this one of doing a diorama based for it just at the moment, I feel. All right, so anyway, we got that one is up with you. Then after that, we did the Beaufort. And again, thoroughly enjoyed this one. So through a little bit of aftermarket it as well. And again, really nice kit. Typical of ICM, you've got everything you need straight off the bat, and it's a no frills build, but you can add to it, and that's a great thing. So we went inside with some more interior detail, shall we say, and then we re-riveted the entire thing as well, just to give it a little bit more depth all the way through. And obviously we gave it a nice camo job, and we tried some different weathering with this one right the way through to go through, and actually thoroughly enjoyed it. And again, it's a beautiful kit, as pretty much all the ICM kits are, the modern ones anyway. It's very straightforward, very nice. Thoroughly enjoyed that one as well. So anyway, there was that one done. Then after that, a kit I've been talking about doing for absolute eons, obviously clearly, is the Harrier. Something about this kit which it's if you're a modeler of if you're a 70s child or 80s child, you know this kit. This was always that kit that you could never afford. It was always that one at the top of the shelf in the model shop and all the rest of it. And it's really nice when you're an adult to then tackle it, and then to tackle it in different ways. So this one, we did a ton of scratch building into this. John, have to thank John, he did a lot of 3D work for us for this one as well. So we have missiles, seats and nozzles and all things like that. It's definitely stuff I can't do. All right, and then going through and just modifying and fixing a few little areas. Like this one in here bugged me because obviously it's got the wrong shape down the spine. It should be humped, and so we reprofiled it all completely. Oops, sorry, where's it gone? Sorry, we've moved it. So we reprofiled it and we did it all completely different and made it up. But anyway, right the way through, fully weathered, we did chipping on it and everything. And then when she was done, I think she turned out really nicely. And to be honest with you, like I always say, the kits that give you a little bit trouble, they're the ones you remember. And I've got real nice fond memories of this particular kit. Really did enjoy doing it. And to be honest with you, I would do a GR3 to go along with it as well. So thoroughly enjoyed that one. So very nice indeed. All right. And then last up, we got the Viking, which to be honest, the whole point of the Viking, as Matt will testify, was it was going to be a quick build, and it wasn't. Because everything could have gone wrong, fought me all the way through. As we know, we had fit issues, we had problems with the actual, all the resin stuff just doesn't fit. As you can see, that's how it's supposed to be, as a drop-in fit. Yeah, drop in the hole. But anyway, we did persevere with this one. We did a lot of changes. We did a lot of cutting and fettling and all the rest of it to get this thing somewhat together. And then by the time we packed it full of filler, plasticard and super glue, we ended up with something that wasn't too bad. And then funny enough, the wings didn't fit either. Recommendation, don't use the Black Dog kit for it. Use somebody else's, because it's just not right. All right, but anyway, we did persevere with it. And after I made a load of cock-ups as well, we managed to shoehorn this thing something into what I felt looked like a Viking. And thank you to all the kind feedback on this one, because I've had loads of feedback onto it. And again, it's one of those ones, because it fought me, I remember doing it for very much a long time. So we got a really worn down, very gnarly looking Viking at the end of the day. So again, very nice indeed. On top of all of that, we did do a load of other builds as well, which I was going to get out and show with you. But unfortunately, I haven't. And where's my list? So I can remember what they all are. Hold on, sorry. Where are we? So on top of all of that as well, if you think you haven't seen enough, we also did, if you can remember, we did the Hurricane, 48 scale Hurricane. It's in my cabinet down behind as well. This is the brand new Hobby Boss kit, because we thought we'd have a look at that one. We did the Huey as part of the Easter fun build series. So we did the 48 scale Huey. Well, it's not 48, whatever it is. What scale is it?
56 scale.
6th scale Huey, yeah. Also, because obviously me and Matt doing a lot of older kits and things like that this year, we did Blue Thunder, which was, to be honest, a fun kit. Really enjoyed doing that one. We did the Hasegawa Phantom, because that was just part of a speed build. See if we could do it for obviously the turkey shoot just gone. And then obviously we did the Helldiver, which is in front of me right down in here. So that was really nice. And on top of that as well, we did the CL215. So that was this year's builds of going right the way through. But it doesn't stop quite there, because on top of all of that, hold on, back over to my proper notes, we've also did 113 live shows last year. And also we did 58 reviews, full reviews, and all the rest of it is down there. So that actually works out that we've had over 20 million views on YouTube, which works out over like actually, I think what's probably more important, it's not the view count, it's how long people watch for, as we all say. So John was clever with this and got his calculator out and worked this out. So we've actually had watch time of over 409,445 hours of views this year alone, which works to watching it out for 17,060 days. Or if you was to sit down and watch it all in one like that, it's 46 years of your life. So that's how many views the entire system got over the entire thing. So round of applause, everybody. We all do very, very well. So yes, good job. So it's a shame we don't make any money out of YouTube, really.
No wonder I feel knackered.
Yes, that's it. So literally that was it. And then top of that, obviously, there's all the other bits and pieces. The big thing I didn't mention, because obviously it's only just gone up recently. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it did, because one day we might actually finish it, Matt, is this, which is on top.
You know what?
I'm currently waiting for a crew.
I've got the figures up here.
That's it. We just need to add them all to it in a table and all the rest of it.
Yeah,
but obviously this is a special, went up Christmas Eve, or a couple of days before Christmas Eve, put it up on the Friday. And this is obviously where me and Matt did the diorama base as a step-by-step build. So it's a 4-parter. Matt came down during the summer and we recorded it, but obviously for one reason and another it never made it to air straight away. So but anyway, it is up now, so if you want to go off and see us how we put this one together, as you can see, it is a free to watch. You can see about it, have a giggle with us, and go right the way through, as you can see. So it's a 4-parter just like that, and each of the parts I think are just over half hour. So yes, good job. Forgot how much fun we had until I rewatched a lot of that. Watching it again, it was actually a right laugh doing that.
Good few days. Good job it was nice and warm.
It was a very hot sunny day that days.
It was, wasn't it? Quick, put it out on the patio.
We were in here filming, then take it out, stick it on the patio, let it bake for half hour, bring it back in, go again. It was perfect.
Yeah, it was.
So,
perfect weather for that sort of thing for the time I was down there doing it with you. So yes. Well, I said I've got the crew up there, to be honest, and the table and stuff. I need to get them to you. Mind you, I'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes, definitely.
You can have them then.
Cool, and then we'll get it finished off and do some final photos for that one as well. So yes, good job.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that's the stats and everything else for it. Also, what I've been running is a quick little poll, only a 4-parter, which actually is 8-part question, because you'll understand in a while, for this year's awards. For starting off with is Kit Manufacturer of the Year, and I will refresh it in case it's changed. Now, I'll be honest with you, the turnout for voting has been a little bit slower than it normally is. In fact, it's very slow because clearly nobody's in the forum between Christmas and New Year. Yes, there hasn't been a lot on here, but we're going to go on the results as we've got them here. So what I'm going to do is, the way I worded it in the thing, it sort of showed it, but I've done it in a way that obviously you guys have picked from a list of 10 your top manufacturer as obviously the one who's going to win it. And the way I look at it is the bottom one is the least. So is obviously the ones you really don't care about. So I'm not going to say they're the worst manufacturer, but they are last. And let's face it, that's what we're saying, isn't it? If you're last on the list, you haven't won. Now, the way I actually worked this out was very simple. Obviously, it's looking at 2023 on the merits of the best-selling kits. So if you're wondering why there's no armour, no ships, and no that, because no one buys them. So when it's up against the bigger ones, and that's how we've done it. And obviously, I wanted to keep this to a show that we could do in one and not going to go on for hours, all right? So that's why it's just 4 categories, which technically is 8, all right? And then the question literally was out of, and this is because they've released kits this year, as in new ones and all the rest of it. So it was out of Airfix, Revell, Tamiya, ICM, Meng, Takom, Hobby Boss Trumpeter, Mini Art, HK Models, and Great Wall Hobbies, because they've all released new kits this year. All right. So the question was simple: who's your favourite out of all of those? So in last place with no points is Great Wall Hobbies.
Nil point.
Nil point for Great Wall Hobbies.
This is like Eurovision. Do Eurovision.
It is. Also, with nil point to go along with nil point is Revell.
Well, not a surprise.
So not a surprise really there. And then also with nil point is Meng. All right. Then after that, we've actually got HK Hobbies had 3% of the vote. We've got Joint, whatever it is, with 4% of the vote is Hobby Boss Trumpeter and Mini Art. All right, and Tamiya in with that particular one all the way through. Then we've got 5% of the vote goes to Takom. Then we've got 19% of the vote goes to ICM. And then with a whopping 61% of the vote, Airfix. So congratulations, Airfix. So I think if you hadn't released a Sea King or a Gannet, you might not have been as high. So as I say, good choices. Also, we're probably very biased because if we are English or British, I should say, and obviously we're supporting the home team. But don't forget, 50% of our membership is American. So go from that.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, question 2 was, what was your kit of the year then? All right. So kit of the year basically are releases from this year. So it can't be a rebox or new decals or something else that's been released before. So I appreciate there is other things that have been released, but again, I was going purely on sales and popularity of a particular kit. So popularity, I was looking at how many reviews, watches we've had with them, and then things like that. And then I put these ones up. So basically, the question was, which one would you like out of the Airfix Sea King, the Tamiya F35B, the Mini Art P47, Model Factory's Corsair, Meng's Apache Longbow, Airfix's Gannet, Takam's Apache, HK's A20 Havoc, Armour Hobbies Hurricane, and the Great Wall Hobbies F14B. So in last place, and to be honest, it's only been out a couple of weeks, so that's probably why, we've got the Model Factory Corsair with Neil Poir. All right. Then, with 1% of the vote, we've got the Meng Longbow Apache, and also we've got the Great Wall Hobbies F14B, which was pointed out is a bloody expensive kit. So that's probably why it was voted down like that. All right. Then on top of that, we've got 3% of the vote goes to the Takom Apache. Then with 4% of the vote, we've got the Tamiya F35B, and also we've got the Mini Art P47. With 6% of the vote, we've got the HK Models A20 Havoc. With 28% of the, sorry, and then with, sorry, that's just ace. Yes, with 18% of the vote, we've got Airfix's Sea King. With 28% of the vote, we've got Armour Hobbies Hurricane, which I think is very well deserved because that's a lovely, lovely kit. But the winner with a whopping 35% of the vote is Airfix's Gannet. So yes. So yes, not a lot of surprises on that one, I don't think.
No.
Okay, paint manufacturer of the year, because everyone loves to be bored to death by paint. So, in fact, this is quite interesting because this didn't go quite as I thought. All right, so I asked about paint manufacturers, and obviously what I've done again is sheer volume of. So I appreciate there's loads of other paint manufacturers out there, but they don't do the volumes and shift as much as these companies do. So this was out of Tamiya, Hitaka, Real Colours, Third Gens. I did separate the two. I know technically they're both AK companies, but one being a lacquer, one being acrylic. That's why I did it separate. SMS Paints, Vallejo's, Mr. Hobbies, Revell, Humbrol, Ammo, Mission Models, and MRP. And unfortunately, Neil Poir goes to Mission Models, Revell, and Mr. Hobby. I'm surprised Humbrol's not there, if I'm honest. But anyway, with 1% of the vote goes to SMS Paints, and then we've got 3% for Ammo, 3% for Humbrol, down in there. Then we've got 5% for Hitaka. We've got 7% for Vallejo. We've got 9% with Tamiya. We've got 20% for Third Gens, and with a whopping 45%, it's Real Colour, which I, to be honest, I'm really surprised about. I didn't think it would be that high. So yes, so you've got Real Colours down in there. So yes, interesting on that particular one. Right, last up, the question was, what tool manufacturers do you like? And again, this one really surprised me because I didn't think it was that popular, but clearly is. So anyway, the choices for tool manufacturers were AK, Meng, Dispay, or DSP, your local drugstore, because let's face it, you can get sanders in there and tweezers. That's what that was. Didn't get any votes. No one saw the joke. Tamiya, God Hands, Master Tools, and UMM, USA. So with 0% of the vote was drugstore, 2% go to Meng, 5% go to AK, we've got 8% go to God Hands, we've got 10% of the vote went to UMM, USA, We've got, where are we? 13% of the vote goes to Tamiya Tools, but with a whopping 42% of the vote goes to DSP or Display, depending how you pronounce it. So yes, and again, never thought it would be that high in a million years. I thought, to be honest, it would have been more sort of Master Tools coming up. So interesting.
Yes.
So there you go. That's your vote and your polls for this year's of how the Flory Models membership thought of things.
Yeah.
There you go. So now
Any
we know.
surprises? Anything you thought would go differently?
I'm actually surprised Mr. Hobby Paint didn't get any votes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I am
They
actually.
do the Aquus and the Mr. Colour, which was a go-to at one point. And obviously we were talking about it not that long ago, and actually it is still a relevant paint brand.
Mm-hmm.
Tool-wise, yeah, the DSP stuff, again, I didn't think that would come out a winner. I'm not surprised with the Airfix stuff, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I think that was a bit of a given, to be honest, especially like with the voting for that. So that's fair enough.
Probably next year's as well.
Yeah, and the year after. Manufacturer of the year is. It's not the least, though, isn't it? But paint wise, again, with Real Colour for I can see why it's good stuff. I've actually been using it a little bit myself, Real Colour, and obviously I've kind of switched to Gen 3s anyway at the minute.
Yeah,
I can see that. I thought Tamiya might have got a bit more Tamiya paint, because that's a bit of a go-to, a bit of a staple, isn't it, in everybody's sort of paint collection. So, probably the tool for me, I think.
I must admit, the guys in the chat are saying about, obviously, Master Tools. My daily driver for cutters is still the Master Tools one. Because it's a little bit more heavy duty, and I don't have to worry about breaking it like I do if I was using the Godhands or the Display ones. And because I'm an animal, I just hack through, and they haven't failed me yet. So again, that is quite a one to get hold of. So, very nice. But no, some interesting ones in there.
Yeah, definitely.
So yes. Good job. Right, so I'm going to ask you guys. Andy, you can go first, because I'm going to put you on the spot with this. What's your kit of the year?
I've got to say the Airfix Gannet. After seeing it at Telford, the fit and finish of it, the way it goes together, and it's also one of my favourite aircraft, even though I still think it's the wrong version of that aircraft. But yeah, got to say the Gannet, without a doubt.
Very nice. Nathan?
I just don't want to keep saying the same as everybody else. So I'm gonna.
Hey, if it's what it is, it's what it is, isn't it?
Right, I tell you what, it's like the thing with Airfix is like the Sea King and the Gannet are in my peripheral, not my core interest. But the kits are so good that's what Airfix can do, is make you buy them. Not that's a testament of a good kit. I want it. When I saw that Gannet, I was like, yeah, I want one.
Fair enough. Nice. John?
I agree entirely with the Airfix thing, because I think they are definitely the most improved manufacturer out there. But kit-wise, actual kit, I went for that.
Yeah.
That
is a beautiful kit. It really is nice. Kit. Yeah.
I can't compare it to other HK kits because it's the only HK kit I've ever owned, but it is awesome. The detail on it, the surface texture, it's fantastic. And the reviews I've read on it and the build reviews as well, I don't think there's many problems with it, to be honest. So I went with that one.
No, that is a beautiful kit. That was one of the, when I did the review of it, it's a standout kit. I saw that,
yeah.
But I do get the Airfix thing.
Yeah, that Gannet is stunning. When it just clicked, you were like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Weren't you?
Because they've been since, which came first, the Buccaneer or the Anson?
Oh God, I think the
Anson came first, then the Buccaneer, I think.
Yeah, since the Anson, they've just totally upped their game.
Yes, definitely. Matthew?
That. That for me. And I'll tell you why. Because this is their first proper aircraft kit.
Yeah.
And I think they've nailed it, to be honest. Obviously, it's got a bit of a good competition to go against the Tamiya one, which has been the staple for the past 20 years or however much it is. So it's a brave choice to go for it. But to be honest with you, I think as a company, Mini Art have just come in on leaps and bounds. And bearing in mind, obviously, the situation that country's in as well, to keep producing is amazing. But again, I think their subject matter for me, for Mini Art, is it's original. I could go for a lot of Mini Art kits if I'm honest. I'm becoming a bit of a fanboy of them. Even the bakers and the candlestick makers and all the little bits and bobs. But for the first aircraft, I think they've done it the wrong way around when they released it. I think they know that they should have done the advanced one and then the basic. Yeah, it is what it is. You live and learn. But I think if they do carry on the way they're going with aircraft kits, and if they go down that route, I think we're going for some interesting, really nice kits. So that's mine. And to be honest with you, second place for me is an ICM kit, and it's that bloody big Sky Crane helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that is, again, I go for more. This is not originality, I would say, but again, from ICM. Who would have thought you'd get a 135th Sky Crane? Let's be honest, you wouldn't, would you?
No.
And again, ICM, they get out the Ukraine, obviously, the things that's going off there. Again, they just keep producing and being original. And obviously, we've got a really, really interesting kit from them coming in the new year, which we're all looking forward to. So, yeah. I've seen the catalogue as well. I presume other people see Mini Art's catalogue, or they're doing that little Junkers thing that's right up Nathan Street. Have you seen it, Nathan? Which, again, is original. Loads of versions of this coming out as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that, to be honest, I think that's my kit of the year. And it's something I'm probably going to build next year. I think this thing.
Yes, I must admit that's on my list for things to do as well.
As why this one's still with me and not been sold, because I won't get it again.
Straight stuck.
Yeah.
I think this year as well, one of the things has been is that it looks like obviously companies aren't releasing kits like they traditionally do, and we can all feel that, I think, in the industry. It's definitely from our point of view, when we've literally been barren for weeks because we've no kit releases or anything else. But it looks like now we're just starting to see the companies try new things. Like we're seeing like the Fulmer from Trumpeter. That's going back to what Trumpeter used to do, getting the really weird sort of, not very well known stuff is starting to come out. Who would have ever thought Mini Art would do a P47? If you'd asked me a couple of years ago before we knew about it, it would have been no, because they do armour, they do funny people.
Diorama, they do gyrocopters.
They do rapists and murderers and things. You don't do P47s. So, like Chuck, the murdering truck driver.
No, that's not Mini Art. That's Masterbox.
Oh, is it Masterbox? Sorry, confusing them.
Take that back, quick.
Take that back. Yeah, not Mini Art, Masterbox. But no, it was. What's really nice though is obviously these companies are trying new things, and as you say, even ICM bringing out the Sky Crane. A 35th Sky Crane. It's not even a 48th scale crane. It's a 35th. Like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong? And doing these different types of things. We've seen leaps and bounds in the hobby as well. Airfix. I said before, John quite rightly says, if you look at the Anson and you look at what we got now, it's like night and day. And that's literally been in the space of 1 year. And suddenly we've seen with the Buccaneer, it kicked it off. We're getting riveting and we've got all that detail we never used to get with Airfix kits. Really flowing down the line now. And not obviously anything apart from the 24th scale stuff. And now you're seeing all the glorious things we've wanted for so long are being released in these kits as well. And again, other manufacturers seem to be ramping up and doing things that are just a little bit left field, just a little bit not the normal. It's not a Spitfire all the time. It's not, a 109 or any of the basics. They're having a go at doing other stuff. I have to tip my hat to the Ukrainian companies, Mini Art and ICM, for them to be carrying on at the rate they're doing it, if nothing else, let alone just being able to carry on in their situation, is absolute testament to the company and the strength and obviously the staff that they've got working for them, and obviously the support from you guys at home supporting these companies. I know obviously ICM have jumped on it quite a lot with some of their releases they're doing. Mini Art haven't. They've just been whittling along in the background and just getting on with it. And I think, you know, when your country is in their position and being able to sustain a business and keep it going and surprising us and releasing all these kits and stuff like that is absolutely fantastic. But I'm hopeful other ones are coming back to us now as well. Trumpeter are going to release some more weird and wacky type stuff, because that's the fun stuff, let's face it. You know, and again, we've got other manufacturers hopefully going to be sort of joining in now and pushing and bringing out better and better kits, you know, to really take it to the next level. And that's, I think, what we can all hope for really for this year coming.
You know, not to get political and everything, but you know what's been a real shame is it, obviously we're not going to mention it because, you know, we don't think it, but it's the hit Zvezda's had, and you can, you know, take the political bit out of this as a kit manufacturer and where they was going with their kit. You know, we've had the SU-25, which nobody's touched and goes near, which is a real shame, because I think that's probably a gem of a kit. And some other releases, you know, because a few years ago they was up there with one of our kit manufacturers of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
they had come from literally nowhere and was producing amazing kits with different subject matters as well. Let's be honest. All right, they've done the MI8, haven't they? They've done Herculeses. You know, they've done some really, really interesting stuff. And because of what has gone off, it's got to have impacted them. But it's also kind of impacted us, because it's not a manufacturer we're going to include now in a poll, is it?
No.
You know what I mean? And I think that's a real shame, because I think as us as modelers are kind of losing out because of what's going off.
Yeah. And I will say it, this is one of the things, and I had this conversation with one of our members, me and him had a chat about this. Zvezda came up, and it was that thing about no one would touch Zvezda because it's Zvezda and it's Russian. But Quinta somehow have got past that, because Quinta have released more, and you see Quinta now in everybody's kits. Quinta have really nailed it really nicely, and have got some fantastic products, and they're releasing tons of it now, and pretty much it's taken, if you're like me and hate detail painting and that, just get a Quinta set and go through it. And I know there's other companies who do it as well, but the best one, let's face it, is Quinta. No one bats an eyelid at Quinta, but everybody bashes Zvezda. Why? Yeah. You know, if you're going to be political, you can't pick and choose. If it, you know, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, you pick your side and you go with it and you stick with it. But it's amazing how Quinta have been not affected by this and are pushing heavily everything. And everyone, you look on the internet now and everybody's got a Quinta set in it. You know, they're not building a Zvezda kit, but they've got a Quinta set. And I just think that's a bit, you know, don't get me wrong, I love Quinta sets. I think they're fantastic. And I would build Zvezda, because I said before, and I will say it, and I'll put my neck on the line for this, it's not Zvezda's fault. You know, the state that they are in, the country that they're in, has got nothing to do with an independent businessman, because he has no say in anything whatsoever. And I think we all know that. You know, it's no different from China or any other countries like that. If Zvezda then turned around and said, well, we don't support you and blah, 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 you know, that means that people don't eat in their company and they're all unemployed and all things like that. So you've got to keep going. And not being funny, in the UK, as you are in the US or any other country, you've all got your demons, you know. It's just how you deal with them at the end of the day, isn't it? But by everybody boycotting Zvezda and saying, I'm not going to buy Zvezda and all the rest of it because technically their taxes go for paying blah, blah, blah. Is it because look at yourself a little bit more closely?
Is it because Zvezda mainly do Russian equipment or Soviet equipment, whereas Quinta do everything, don't they?
Well, I know. But
so, yeah, they do. So, you know, cockpits.
If you look at the way Zvezda was going, it was getting more and more Western stuff, wasn't it? We had the Hercules, you know, and all stuff like that. Yeah.
But the recent ones, I think more Russian ones again, haven't they?
It's just they had the Russian flag on their box and made in Russia in big letters, didn't they? And I think that's I don't know. It is weird. Like Quinta just kept under the radar, didn't they?
Yeah, they kept under the radar. It's like, we're fine. So I mean, don't look.
Just a quickie. Astris says that Mini are now in Poland, not in Ukraine.
They moved manufacturing up.
So they moved across, have they? Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Sort of makes sense. Yeah, Mark's put it nicely. Zvezda is a model company, not a member of the Kremlin. So
and that's exactly my statement. You know, at the end of the day, they're just an independent business company like me and you and other companies around. If anyone who's got their own business, you know, it's a bit like if suddenly the UK decided to do something horrendous. It's not me. It's not my company doing it. Yes, my taxes are going to it, like everybody's taxes go to wherever it is. But, you know, it's not me.
Just a thing you want.
Penalised for what other people are doing.
Because, I mean, this could go down a route we don't really want to go down.
Not getting lit at all, is it?
because I don't know this, is there freedom of movement in Russia? So say if Zvezda, for whatever reason, decided, right, we need to up sticks here and move somewhere else.
Yeah.
Could they physically actually do that? Because obviously,
probably not now. Probably might have done a year ago, 18 months ago, but probably not now.
Yeah.
Because they won't even let males of that age even leave the country now, will they?
Well, there you go. So there you go. They're a bit stuck anyway, aren't they? Anyway, right. Let's go back on to where we was because.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
Just as a related subject on the manufacturer front.
Right.
Another probably little bit controversial thing, but the perennial favourites in manufacturer of the year, Tamiya. Do you think they're beginning to get caught up and beginning to fall behind a little bit?
Well, I was thinking when we're talking about mini art, they put other companies like Tamiya and Revell to shame for the amount of products that they bought out of this past year compared to what some of the big manufacturers haven't bought out this year. And yeah, it does make you wonder whether they are getting a bit.
I think what you forget is Tamiya are not just plastic model kits. They're a massive company, and I know for a fact it should be online next year. Is the new factory that's being built?
Right.
I forgot where it is because they moved something out of wherever, didn't they?
It came out of Taiwan. They had a place in Taiwan, didn't they?
There's
they
another
closed
one
that
being
and moved
built.
it back in house.
They're moving it back to Japan.
No, it's not. No, it has for now, but they're having a new big factory built somewhere else, and I'm sure it's not in Japan. I just cannot remember for the life of me where it is. I don't know if it's not the Philippines.
I think they've had factories in the Philippines in the past.
Yes.
But anyway, that's why we've had paint shortages and just general sort of hit and miss with Tamiya products because this new factory should be online about end of spring, which then, according to my representative, should really get everything back to normal, as in supplies and stuff like that. So we will see, but I'm wondering if obviously they've got their time and resources in getting that up and running. You know, because they're massive in RC and they're massive in, well, Nathan knows he's been to Japan, like bloody cookware in it or something, and
all sorts.
They've got the
cake decorating side of the business, slot cars and all of that.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Tamiya could come bursting back onto the scene with one killer release.
Oh yeah,
they would be back up there. They just need to do a 32 scale something.
Yeah,
and they're just all over it again.
There you go. Look, Tamiya has a new factory in the Philippines. Like I say, it's not fully online yet. I think it's like say going to be springtime when it's fully going again. But yeah, anyway, it's we'll see, won't we? They've been playing it very safe. We've said this for a few years. Obviously, it's COVID and stuff. Tamiya have been really, really safe with the release. I mean, the F-35, it sold well. People bought it.
Yeah, that's true.
Not my cup of tea, but you know, that's just my personal taste, isn't it? And so
I think they could do a 2-seat F-16. That would be nice because it's tooled for it, isn't it?
In 1/18th scale.
1/18th scale. They need to sort of just do a killer release again.
Yeah.
Like they used to, didn't they? And they only like one a year.
I think
that used to be the thing. When they used to do their big releases, it was that big thing, wasn't it? I remember when the Mosquito came out, it was like, wow.
But when that Mosquito came out, it's just over 100 quid. Now it's over 200. It's 210. So you go, oh, that's going to be a big release. But then you're looking at the A20 that John's just showed. And let's be honest, that is a fabulous kit. But as a company, we've not sold many of them because I think the price of it is now putting people off going, because you've got to admit 48 scale are now getting 30-second prices, and it's all creeping up. But is everybody's wages going up to counteract it? No, it's not, is it?
I would admit that is the most I've ever spent on a kit, and I always said I would never spend that. And I probably would never spend that much again, but it was just it was one of those things. It was a twin engine World War II American bomber with invasion stripes, and it was like
it ticks all the boxes, didn't it?
Excuse me. They will come back. I think Tamiya will get themselves together again, and when they feel the market's right to do it. Tsukimori, I'm not convinced by them as a company. I'm really not, and I'll tell you why. I think they're far, far too complicated.
Yeah.
I think if they did a bit like what, say, Mini Art are doing here, where you've got your basic kit, and then you've got your advanced kit, and they split it into two different categories, I think they'd be a lot better off. I think the 48 stuff's fine. When you get up to the 32nd, it's a lot of commitment in it. Let's be fair.
I've got their 190 and it is silly.
Have you got your 190 yet, Phil?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Got a show.
But you know what? The 190
great.
worked really well with the diorama, with the engine lifted out under deep maintenance. It would work.
First review of 2024.
You could say that, Clint. Yeah, similar to Edward. Yeah, I think they're missing a trick because I think they could get a lot more sales because I think a lot of people are put off by the parts count and like say, who wants to build piston rings and pistons and all bits of engine that you're never going to see? Not everybody. It's a bit.
It is
Still do that.
Again, the only thing I will say on that is that having spoke directly to Zucamori a couple of years ago now, admittedly, but I did have contact with them directly, and they literally are selling to their home market.
Yeah, that's fine. We know that.
And as we know, Japan is one of those countries which has got very much a strong modelling heritage and thing, and they love all of this. Yeah. And I think literally what Zucamori, I say I can't speak for them directly, but I did have very long conversations with them a few years ago, is that the feeling I was getting for them is that whatever leaves Japan is a bonus. They are focused on their home market. Obviously they do sell all around the world and all the rest of it, and why wouldn't you? But their core business and what they look at, and obviously from their demographic of modelers of what they want, is that. So again, in the Western side of it, perhaps with us, we're a little bit more, we don't need all of that. If I wanted it, I'll go after market. And I totally agree with you, because I agree they're overcomplicated as well, and that's why I don't build them. But again, if they was to do kits perhaps in 2 flavours, you have the basic and then an advanced, I think that would be perfect, and they do a lot better because the kits generally are really, really good. But the bit where you're literally building everything you can't see, the bit for me was, I think it was the review when I did it for the SPAD, for the Sky Raider, and literally you got the pistons going inside the engine. Why?
You'd never see it anyway, would you?
Why? And it's got a painting guide for it as well. Why? Why would you do that? But
that's what I'm thinking is it's detail for detail's sake in a way. And what you're saying about the home market, which is really just confused me a little bit, is Japanese modelers aren't known for building 30-second kits. It's not their thing. They like the smaller kits.
Yeah, but when they do, they do
when they do.
Balls deep.
Is this like
literally they go right into it? Yeah.
But that's absolutely fine if that's But then why aren't the Phantoms like that?
Good point.
Because it's 48 scale, as you say. The 32nd tend to be everything in it, but 48 scale seem to be a bit more traditional.
Yeah.
You're not putting in subframes and all stuff like that, and
I think the great
compressor blades in the engines.
I'm not bashing the kits one bit because they are really, really nice kits. Nicely moulded, nicely detailed, nice design. Don't get me wrong. It's just obviously I'm talking from a business and a sales point of view here. If they did 2 flavours, I think they could widen their market by quite a considerable amount, if I'm honest. But there you go. Somebody's just put about what about AFV Club and Academy? Academy have done some decent releases, and I think again it's one of them companies that's starting just to come back a bit where they're just gone really, really, really quiet. AFV Club, I know the owner passed away a few years ago, and they're still ticking along, but there's not many new releases from them, to be honest, not like they used to be. But again, they focus more on armour and stuff anyway, aren't they? But Academy are definitely on the way back. I mean, they did the A10C, didn't they? Which was a good seller for us. That was a really good seller. They've done a few little 1144, was it the B1 and the B52?
Yeah.
And there's some others I can't remember. They've done some armour kits as well. So I would probably say watch out for Academy because they're coming back onto again online properly, I think, and getting their act together. So I like Academy kits as well. I do.
I like Academy kits. I always think they go together really well, and they're at a good price, just all round. That's
they're just solid kits. There's nothing spectacular, but they do what they say on the tin. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and cost-wise is good. It's good value for money. So there you go.
And I think that's the other thing as well. When you're looking at it, if you look at manufacturers of kits, obviously with these ones here, this is that sort of AAA plus title because they're very expensive, incredibly detailed. And then you get other companies like Academy, where they were pushing the frontier for a while. They did all that slide molding, didn't they, with helicopters and the Cobras and stuff like that. And it was like, wow, this is all really pushing it along. And then they went really quiet for whatever reason. And now they seem to be bouncing back again. But, we said before, this is the thing about this hobby. You can go balls deep, literally, on something like this if you want to, and throw aftermarket at it. And it's to be one of those kits that probably take a year to put together nicely and all the rest of it, and you're going to come out with something really, really nice, exceptional. Or you might be a bit more of a speedy builder, and you don't want to get bogged down, which is me. And, you want something that goes together, and you can just pace yourself right the way through it, and you come out with something really nice. And if I wanted to, I could add aftermarket to it to really bring it up to something like that standard. But if you want it all straightforward and out of the box, then knock yourself out. Still a lovely kit,
Hey. Never happy as modelers, are we? Never satisfied.
No, that's it. You complain when it won't go together because it's too complicated. You complain when it does because it's too simple.
Yes. Then the subject matter. It's not the right scale.
It's not the right scale. It's not the right version.
It's not the right version. They've got the right decal schemes in it. There's always something to whinge about, isn't there? Why hasn't it got this in it? It should have. It's a bit of a minefield, isn't it?
I do think though next year the challenge for manufacturers and the hobby in general is going to be the cost of kits, isn't it? Because they can't keep going like they are, can they?
No.
They've shot up a lot, haven't they? I think they've plateaued, hopefully. Can't see them. I don't know, is shipping costs getting sensible again?
Shipping costs are good.
Yeah,
I think
shipping costs are
come
pretty
down a hell
much
of a
back
lot.
to where it was now.
Pretty normal. I think the problem is cost of materials, isn't it?
Yeah, material costs are still really high.
And fuel and this.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago. You were looking at around the 3-figure mark, just over 100 quid for a 32nd scale kit. Now that's pretty much the norm for a lot of 48 scale kits, isn't it?
Yeah, they're creeping north. Yeah.
Yeah, a decent 72 kit is north of 20 quid now, which is frightening, really, isn't it? But hey,
Well, they always creep up, don't they? I mean, we've seen it in the past where we've looked at kits and got, there's a label there of beaters, and it was like £3.20. 20 years ago, but they always creep up. So
that's why a stash is a good thing. I was protecting myself from inflation for these past 20 years.
Is that it?
I agree with you.
You had the foresight to.
Yes, was coming. Yeah.
Nathan's there for either inflation or the apocalypse. He's all got it all. It's fine.
Yeah, but then something new and shiny comes along, and you've got to have it.
Yeah, like flipping Zukimura 190 that I spent. That's not a bad kit though. It's a £90-100 mark, isn't it? That kit.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
And if you don't want all the bells and whistles, get the Revell one, which if you can get it, used to be like 30-40 quid, didn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, something like yeah.
But it is a lovely kit. It's just silly. That's the thing for your video. It's silly because it's got fuel. It's got fuel tanks underneath the flipping pilot seat. You're never gonna see it. It's just damn. But it would make a great diorama in a hangar under deep maintenance, because at least that aircraft you can lift the engine out.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's daft. It really is.
Right, should we do a few questions?
Yeah, we ain't done what me and Nathan's built all year. Are we not getting a look?
Right, sorry, we got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Nathan could go first.
Hey, what about me?
Well, we could get to you last time, Nick, because you don't take long to yours.
Right. Skip me.
I don't even go into this.
I don't know. I'm going to get all these in picture. I've had a quiet year.
It's called freedom.
You've had a quiet year.
What is?
Oh God.
Look at that.
Wow.
The Kinetic Mirage, which was fun. And then I did a load of 72 stuff. I don't know if you can see it. I'm just trying to pull out.
So how many have you built this year, Nave?
I think by the end of the week I'll have done 15.
That's not bad. That was good.
But that'll do. That one was the fun one. The little, what is that, dragon?
The dragon one.
Yeah.
That's an absolute sort of sleeper of a kit, that one. Nobody ever talks about that. That was a nice little kit.
Did you finish your camber off?
But I've got a couple. I've got 3 to finish. But mainly, see, 72 scale's the future, you know.
You say that every year.
Where's the big Airfix 109 you started?
Yeah,
No, the Trumpeter one, wasn't it? Trumpeter one.
Yeah, that's still in the box. Thanks for pointing that one out.
B29.
B29 again. Yeah, thanks, John.
Hey, they're saying it in chat, mate. They're on it in chat. My fingers.
You know what?
Yeah, B29.
Kit of the year. I've finished it now. I can put this on the shelf and MRAP chassis.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
Good, yeah. In deep maintenance.
But like Phil said before, the kit that fought you the most is probably the one you like the most, isn't it? Which is the Kinetic. There are.
Yeah.
That one. Which I forgot I built this year. It was right at the start of the year for the 48 SIG, was it?
Yeah.
That was an absolute sod of a build, but that's the one you like, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the year. But not a bad year. 72 scale is the future, you know.
Yes, I should just do that.
Yeah. I think we got to ban you from 72nd next year.
No, because there's nothing else. But the best kit of the year is probably the Edard 190s. I built 2 of them. They just fell together. They're gorgeous little kits. And the sword, that was one that was in the Airfix mag, you know. That was good. That's the sword one.
Buy the special hobby one. It's far better.
I've got the special hobby one there. That was all right. Yeah, not a bad year. Slow second half of the year, but yeah, not a bad day.
Been productive.
Yeah.
Good.
Very good. Excellent. Right, do you want me to show yours then?
Well, after all them lovely photos, I expect. Yeah.
Here we go then. Cue the Tony Hart music.
So here we go. Look, another mini art kit, the little Tempo, or whatever it's called. Fab little kit. That really
Very
enjoyed
nice.
it. Yeah, it is. It's really nice and great photos as well. I have to say, aren't they, Andy?
They're right, aren't they?
There's a
Bit shiny at the back, but.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. That is actually paper though, not the
Oh, is
plastic.
it the paper? Is it now?
Yeah. I've changed it for paper. I've done a new backdrop.
Yeah.
That one didn't work at all. Carry on, Phil. Next.
Next slide, please.
Obviously, this was a live build with me and Phil. Was the old Italeri Esky Land Rover in that really?
That was cool. That was.
What in that colour?
Well, the colours a bit, but the build was.
At least I gave the vote to the public for that colour, so don't blame me. But actually, I built a few of these Italeri kits, and if you just want a mojo build or something different, I can't recommend them enough, to be honest.
Can I just point one thing out? Only because I've just spotted it.
No.
Has anybody else spotted what I've spotted on this?
What, the front wheels are a bit dodgy?
Well, apart from the front wheels probably pointing different directions to all the others. No, the windscreen wipers.
What about
Because surely if they went up that way, they'd be curved here,
Yeah.
not curved there.
Oh yeah, is that me?
It would be square on this end and then curve in, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the
right,
saying.
fair enough. Hey, that's only your wash, so I could wipe it off.
That's it. We'll gloss over that.
Gloss over my dodgy, shows how much of a fan of Land Rovers I am. Again, this was a bit of a live build thing, obviously, on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is the old, what was the make of the thing? I can't Mauve, innit? The Mauve P40.
Mauve, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to, obviously, Edwards one next year, because they're doing a new tooled P40, aren't they? You can never have enough
Nice.
P40s.
Absolutely. Best looking plane with a shark's mouth on it.
And I tell you what, it's just a great looking plane, full stop, isn't it? And for the age of that kit, it's still a nice kit. Simple to build, but yeah, I like it. Yeah, good. Good thing in weathering. What else have I done? To jog my a wall, which will soon be coming to a channel near you.
Yes.
So this was just a wall I painted and weathered. To be honest, there's a bit of a demo piece for some stuff, and it's coming onto the channel soon. So yeah. Again, I actually enjoyed that. The little, what is this? The Italeri little flak half track. Again, an older kit. There's obviously the Dragon kit's a lot newer and probably a lot more detailed, but a fun little build as well, just to do the winter camo on that. So yeah.
Very nice.
That sells the Vesda SU85, I think that one is, which was, I think, started last year and finished this year. So again, Zvezda armour, really nice. Can't complain. Simple to put together.
Mm-hmm.
The ambulance, yay! My little base, which was a video build series. This is Airfix, obviously Katie ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
The little dude and stuff. So I enjoyed that actually. Come out all right, I have to say. Can't recommend that little ambulance enough for the price. A Dragon Pack 40, which is going to be attached to something else in the future. So, yeah. Again.
Oh, that's me.
There you
Your other one.
go.
That's my house being demolished. There we go.
That's the best diorama I've ever done. Can you go back?
Yeah, that's it.
Nearly so realistic.
I'll tell you what, that weather on the wall is brilliant, isn't it?
Well, I'm just looking at the weathering on that sort of digger thing.
Well, hold on, I've got a better one of the digger. Where's the builder? Right, there you go, look.
Hey, look at that. How realistic is that?
To be honest, it looks just like that now out there.
Yeah, just a bit more damp.
Yeah, it's just a lot wetter, clearly. Yeah. And that's a lot bit deeper now as well. Yeah. So, yeah. But well, yeah, sorry, there we go. Oh, God, oh, Jesus, where are we? Hold on, I've lost you completely now. Hold on, one sec. There it is. There you go.
And there we go. So the little gyrocopter, another mini hot kit with the 3D printed figure and stuff. Obviously, if you was at Telford, you might have seen that on the Luftwaffe SIG.
Yep.
So, and then, just last but not least, if you want to come back to me.
I've got to find you. Where are you? There we go.
Is that, which is your Airfix 124 190, which has a reputation.
Yeah,
shall we say, and rightly so.
Which is founded, yes.
It is a bit, because half of it was warped for the fuselage. Obviously, the engine we know about has got historical fit issues, which, you know. Then the dog decided to chew the ring, because I dropped it, this thing here. So John designed me one, and I 3D printed one to get me out of that, which was good of him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's... It built, and I'm glad I did it, to be honest. It's one of them. And then the other thing, obviously, with 3D printing, I did, for obviously the live show, the little bloke's head was a demo piece. So that was on Florifest, wasn't it? I did that one day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's that. And this thing.
Bing.
30 quid's worth of resin.
100 quid worth of resin for that, yeah. But it's bloody good doorstop. I'll give him that.
Yes.
So I did Thing. So I think that's about it. I've got a few things on the go. Obviously, the little mortar tank that we're doing on the live show's coming together. I've done a bit of painting over the holidays, but I don't think I'll get that. And I've done the 222, the Tamiya 222, which is literally will be done tomorrow. I've got a few little bits to add, and that'll be finished. So yeah, actually, not a bad year, to be honest. I painted your figures as well, which are up there for the diorama, yes. And some other odds and sods, yeah. So yeah, all right. Can't complain this year.
Very nice, excellent.
Thank
Good
you.
job, everyone.
Thank you.
So yes, and next year, wow.
Oh, it's going to be a beast of a year next year, isn't it?
It is. We've got lots planned for next year. Right, couple of questions.
Andy, you ain't done Andy.
Is it worth it?
Oi, don't be like that.
My year was very sparse, may I say.
Hold on, you haven't finished that one at the top. It's still masked up.
Yeah, but fair. I'm calling it. It's 99.9%. I decided I had 2 hours worth left of build time on it to do, and I spent about 8 hours over the past 2 days doing it, and still not finished it. All of these days are flat coat and just unmasking, and they'll be done. All the bits and bobs, but
we'll wait for Thursday's show, and then next Thursday we'll all see it then completed in all its glory.
Next Thursday.
Yes, as in not today. Next Thursday.
Is that a week?
Is
that a week?
Yes, you've got a week now. As of now, you have 1 week.
Yeah. Oh yes, he's the great pretender.
So, yes. And obviously, Little Provost, yes.
Yeah, that was really nice. Actually, enjoyed that.
Decals were perfect after you moaned about them, about not having them. I bet you wish you didn't now.
They were terrible, they were.
You shouldn't have wished for getting them decals back. You should have let him bloody keep them.
Yeah, crispy old little things.
It's funny how extra decal can sometimes be really ropey.
Yeah.
sometimes they're all right. I wonder if they have two different companies making them.
What, crispy and non-crispy?
But sometimes the extra-decal sometimes can be shocking.
Yeah.
Horrible to use, and then you get another extra-decal sheet out, and it works perfectly and really all over the place.
I just get the shocking ones though when I've used them.
I tend to find that they're okay on a flat surface, but as you say, if you try and get into good form over anything, they just won't. They crack and shatter. You know?
Which is really annoying because they do some fantastic decal sheets.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's just they're brilliant decal sheets, but like I say, they're a bit hit and miss for quality, aren't they?
Because I started off on this leading edge with the wing, and then that was the first bit I started, and then I realised then, as it fractured into about 1 million pieces. Yeah, this is
yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, use Fantasy Print Shop if you're getting roundels or stuff like that, because they're really nice.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, John, you didn't actually complete anything this year?
I see myself as a champion for the common average modeler. I've started several this year and completed none.
So next year's going to be a bumper harvest, is it?
Yeah, they'll double up next year.
No, it ain't, because I've decided that I keep bloody going on about it, and it's never going to happen if I don't do it. So once I've finished the Stuka for Jerry, then it's Big Brother's coming out, and I'm doing that.
Okay.
Which one?
Huh?
Which one?
Yeah, which
the
one?
Airfix one.
Yeah,
but which one?
Huh?
Which one?
Well, I've got like the original boxing, haven't I? So that's gonna be the main base for it.
Watch
Will it be
this
done for
space.
Telford?
That is the plan.
Ooh, are we going to hold you to this?
Probably not a good idea, but
Can we have a sweepstake going?
It's one of those things you keep going on about it, and you've got a big project that you want to do, and you never actually get round to doing it. So I thought, sod it. It was either going to be that or starting on the new A20, the big A20. But no, I'm going to go now. There's a load of aftermarket for that Stuka.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for it.
Good man, do it. Get it done.
Well done. Go for it. Phil, is there a theme for next year? Because obviously it was go big or go home. That was the year before, I think I did that one. Yeah, this one's called go small and do lots more. So don't pick massive kits to work on. You know, that's the one. So, but that, yes. I have got a bit of a build list of what I would like to do. There's various ones in there, and a lot of that has rolled over from obviously years gone by, and I would like to do it. So this year, definitely at some points, I will be doing a couple of ones I have spoken about. So we're definitely going to be doing an Apache, can tell you that now. We're definitely going to do the Gannet. I definitely want to do a Sea King, although I might hold off for another version that maybe or may not be coming out about that, which by the time we get around to doing it, hopefully it'll probably be out. As well, and I've got a couple of other ones thrown in there, like the B25 and 148 scale, the HK kit, because I really wanted to do that this year, but I got so bogged down with the big stuff and trying to fettle them into shape that I sort of missed out on those ones. So, but yes, they're going to be more straightforward builds with a Quinta Studio cockpit in them, and that's it. Get them in, stick them all in there, and then just bang them out and get them through it. But we can play with the weathering and stuff. But I'd like to do some diorama bases this year as well coming. I'd like to get a few of those done as well, so I'll be employing Mr. Matt to give me a hand with them.
You're forgetting the piece de la resistance in it.
Is that what you call it?
Don't avoid it.
I can't. It's looking at me. It's there, literally.
Go and
eye
fetch
level. It's here.
The problem is,
we said about not getting bogged down. Well, that thing, when I get bogged down into that, that'll be the problem.
Is the killer of the kit itself.
The killer of
at
the
least you've
kit.
got-
Say what? So, go on. That'll be kit of the year by the end of next year. That I can tell you now.
Sought after kit. Everybody will want one.
Well, at least
If
you've
you
got someone
haven't
to build
seen it,
along.
go off and look at the review.
You've got someone to build along with you to do another one at the similar sort of thing at the same time, haven't you?
Yes, as long as he's doing Hampton, I'm doing that.
I've done the kit review of it and everything. Andy's just got to edit
that's
it
it.
together for me.
Is it as sarcastic as mine?
I don't want
Everyone was saying to me, do I detect a note of sarcasm in your voice during that review? I'm like, maybe.
I don't know how much you could do a review on an FM kit, to be honest, without...
Yeah, you have to put some
can't,
humour into it, otherwise you'd be crying, saying, what have I done?
You just wouldn't do the review, would you? You just sod that. It's awful, but it's fun. I think it'll be fun.
Thing is, it's all right having a plan of what you're going to do, but then someone's going to release something that will just throw that all out of the window, won't it?
Yeah, Airfix are going to release a 148 Hampton in November, and that'll get me out of an old.
And then hopefully somebody will release a 48 scale Halifax, then it'll be perfect. That'll do.
It's like
we have a Merlin engine one?
That ICM B26 is coming, and as soon as that comes along, it'll be, I've got to have that and build that.
Told you, it's the new shiny things, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
magpie effect.
It's going to be, isn't it? So yeah, I'm not making apart from the Hampton. I'm not making a build list schedule, whatever, because I know how much my mind changes over the course of 12 months and stuff. So I'm just going with the flow, I think.
I definitely want to get in there with more gusto this year and get more done. And I was looking at the build schedule to see what I could fit in, and I looked at them and I thought, oh my God, what am I going to build for them? So I'm off to a good start already because I can't think what I'm going to do. So, yeah.
Yes. No,
right, just
be all right.
You could do some questions then.
Yes, right. We rattle through these because we've got an important announcement at the end of the show. Okay, Chris says, there is a question also about the book for the F-35. I won't go over again because it's been answered. But apologies, last week I forgot to see it. I didn't even see it in my rush of rushing questions and not reading them properly. So, but anyway, it is different books, aren't they? Just to clarify that question. I think Andy mentioned it after the show. Anyway, Chris says, Merry Christmas to everyone. Question to all. I'm after buying a 172nd C-47 Skytrain or Dakota if you're in the UK. I was wondering what would be a good one to get. Thanks, Chris.
Airfix or Italyric. Bobby Boss do one, but I don't know what. I think that's a bit pricey. To be honest with you, the old Italy ones, which is I think an Esky kit originally, is a really nice one. Yes, it retest everything. But obviously the newer one is the Airfix one, which is a nice kit as well. So I'd go for either of them two.
Definitely. Okay. Billy says, evening team, quick question for Phil. I've just taken the plunge and bought myself a 3D printer. I was going to get the Saturn 2, but I've found whilst browsing that the 12K Saturn 3, is that the one you got, Andy?
Yeah.
Is not much dearer than the 2, so he's gone and got the 3. My question is, the flexible build plate that you recommend in earlier videos, I can't find it. What was the plate? I don't know off the top of my head. I will have to look it up. I got it on Amazon.
I've got the. I was looking through my Amazon at the moment. I've got the. Where's it gone? It begins with S. Oh, how many pages worth of Amazon have I done since then?
A lot, apparently.
Yeah, bought a lot of Amazon. Hold on, I will just quickly go through mine because it's probably shorter than Andy's. That's
Did you get 2 with yours, Phil?
No, just one build plate. Right,
I got 2 with mine. And mine is called the. It is. It's the Solvo resin 3D flex plate build plate. I'll put a link to it.
It's got Solvo,
which we've bought all the Solvo things in the past, haven't we, for them? And you get 2 in the pack for that. So you get 2 magnetic, 2 of the magnet bits, and also 2 build plates. So if one goes wrong, you've got spare. I'll put a link in the chat room if he's in the chat room.
Because Matt, you've got the one. I sent you the link on mine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got a feeling it was £18.
Yes, something like that, 17, 18 quid. Yeah,
17, £18.
Yeah, the Solvo one's $16.99 for 2.
Yeah, mine. There you go. I found it. Mine was from. Hold on, I can bring it up just to make it a little bit easier. So this is the one that I did. Where are we? Is this one?
And you've got an affiliate link.
I don't have an affiliate link on this one. I need one.
Why not? Why not?
So yeah, it's a Koi Fi 3D printer base for Saturn 2. Make sure you get a Saturn 2 because obviously the other ones are different. So make a note of the sizes. You want it by 224 by 129. They do another one. It's slightly smaller. So, but yeah, make sure you get the right one.
Is that the price now? 29 quid.
It looks like it. I didn't pay that. I paid 18.
I said the Solvo one. It's 16.99 for 2. So.
Have you noticed your pair about 3 kilograms of resin from that thing that you can't get it anymore?
No, you can't get 2 kilograms now. Apart from if you want white.
Gone.
But the other company is the same company, isn't it? What they're called? Begins with S.
Yeah, you did tell me.
Yeah. Old.
You're right. You're right, Dave.
Sunlu.
Sunlu.
Oh, right, okay.
I can't think where my button is.
Yeah, same company. But yeah.
There you go. I'm on here.
Right, okay. Dave says, hope you all had a good Christmas and have a great 2024. Can I take this opportunity to extend to the fellow members and YouTube viewers? There you go. So happy Christmas, everyone. Before I commit to a pre-order for the Academy 72nd B24, can I ask if the aftermarket are the Zodiac version, or are they specifically designed for the Zodiac sign, or is there a choice of Zodiac markings? So, I thought the Zodiac one was the...
Which?
With Luke.
I thought it was the one I did, wasn't it? It was the mini art kit.
The kit's the mini art one you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when it originally came out from Academy Minicraft, they did the Zodiac ones, which is a very famous squadron of B-24s.
Right.
What decals you get in that box, I can't remember. I don't know. I don't think you'd get all the Zodiacs, but I don't know if you get, because I've not seen the decal sheet for it. God, this chair's getting worse. I'm gonna have to get a new chair. It's annoying.
Check scale mates is a thing to check, isn't it? Because it gives all the markings that are in the boxes.
Yeah, I would have thought you've got the decals that you got back in the 90s when the original kit came out. Obviously new decals, but same schemes. So, but I don't know yet. Oh, look, there you go. Dirk says there's Gemini and Libra in the first boxing.
All right, okay.
There you go. There you go. So, but I think you can get the rest of them anyway aftermarket, can't you? If you want, you know, your other star signs. So
yes,
I think they just look cool. Do you know what they're doing? Do you know what? Talking of B24s, obviously we've got the Hobby Boss 48 one coming out, which is the wrong version to begin with, because I think we needed D, not the other one, in it.
Yeah, they do.
Without the J. The J's with the turret, which is and we need a D for them, don't we? But they'll obviously bring it out at some point. It'd be nice to do the Zodiac, one of the Zodiac ones.
The one that's the Academy one's an H, according to this.
Yeah, but you know.
It's amongst friends, it's fine.
Splitting ears here, aren't you?
What's in the letter?
Come on.
Okay, Adam says, I've seen a question about best of the year, but where is the question for most disappointing kit of the year? For me, most disappointing kit has to be the Great Wall Hobbies F14B. The price is no better than other that are on the market. You know, again, we really spoke about this once. It says it doesn't include bombs or anything, and I get it. It's a B. You think it come with bombs and all the bits and pieces, but most disappointing matcher has to be Tamiya. Again, another year goes by with nothing from next to nothing from Tamiya. Again, maybe they're just repositioning though.
And can I just add, what do you expect? It's an F14. It's going to be disappointing.
Here, John. Here.
Gets me. If I mention Zvezda, you lot all twins, yet you say about things about F14s and like you don't care. And I think, to be honest, more people are worried about the state of an F14 and slagging off the brisk-looking fighter ever than they are about Mr. Putin and his holiday things he goes on, like Hitler did. Outings. What he does in his summer holidays, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Run.
It should be a B14. Exactly what Carl says. It should be an F because it's a bomber. It should be a B14. Or an
Yeah, but then you're back-
FB14. I think he makes a really valid point there.
Or it should be a FA-14, fighter attack aircraft. Because it would be a fighter attack aircraft.
Yeah,
It's a bomber.
Send the US Navy an email. I'm sure they'll be bothered now.
Yeah, been retired for 20 years.
Yeah, that's it. Been out of service for 20 odd years. Anyway, Stuart says, "Hi Phil, in the review of the Airfix General, you said you fancy building some railway wagons. Depot sell the old 1960s Airfix railway kits in 76 scale. Ooh. And Slater's Plasticard have a range of 43rd scale for the O gauge. Wow. That's all Chinese to me, but my other half knows all about that and she'll tell you.
Get it translated into full English, mate.
Yeah, she'll translate that to me in English. She'll probably
Wasn't there
just
a
mean it's bigger.
Wasn't there a steam traction engine you wanted to build?
It was.
Now, no.
The Bandai.
Yeah, the Bandai one. And it turns out that obviously when I was speaking about it, everyone's got one. They're very, very common. And I was offered quite a few, but I said it's not really my bag. But I was going to give it to a friend of mine who's got a real traction engine with Warspite. And he's got two himself. So I was like, Jesus, I thought this was something nobody knew about. And he said, oh, no, in the community, everyone's got them. So I was like, all right, good job. I didn't get you one then, innit? So, but he said, why do you want one? I've got two. Oh, you can have one if you want. I was like, no, it's fine. But yeah, that's what that was about. So, but yeah, I didn't realise Tamiya had actually done a traction engine.
Bandai.
Sorry, done a traction engine.
I bet none of them's ever built one either, have they? They've all got one, but I bet they've never built it.
Well, yeah, probably. He apparently he's got one that's half built. That his dad started to build it before he passed away, and then he's like said one day I'll get it finished. I did say to him, if you want a hand with it, I'll do it. So get it done. So very nice.
So if you was to build a railway thing, what would you build?
To be honest, I'd build what I was told to build, probably, because a certain someone who's like the freaking expert on it would be all over it like a rash.
I was about to say, do you know you'd have to build it right because you would just get flings.
Oh, you would. I'd be absolutely, be bothered. I thought you lot are bad. Nothing compared to her. She'd be right on it. So you can't do it like that. It's this, and this. So
it's the wrong shade.
Yeah, it's the wrong shade and all the rest of it. Oh, it's something to do with her. Is like wheels. That's how bad it is with them, because obviously you get like steam engines and that running now, and they've got wagons behind them, and apparently a lot of them have the wrong wheels on and stuff like that. Because obviously they're a bit Frankenstein, they're made up of other things and that, and it's we never had those wheels in those days. I was like, oh Jesus, I thought our lot were bad.
Is that like the Tiger One tank made out of a T-55 or something?
Yeah, basically.
And we're getting that, you know.
Yes, yeah, it's literally like that. It's pretty bad. So. Oh yeah, so you never would have pulled those coaches.
You say just build Thomas the tank engine like Don's.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Can't go wrong with Thomas.
Just make sure he's got right wheels.
Yeah, he's obviously got the right wheels, definitely. So good stuff. Right, we've got to make our announcements. We're running out of time.
Well done.
So every year, apart from last year, because to be honest, we forgot. We also always do a lifetime members award. So we pick out members who have gone above and beyond the realm of duty this year, and we give them a free lifetime membership. Just don't be an idiot, because it's happened to us in the past. You turn into a right idiot, and then you end up leaving. Anyway, we call it the curse of the actual lifetime membership. But anyway, we've got some people who have done amazing work this year, which we'll start with. All right.
Thank you. I'm the best.
I don't think you've ever paid. So it doesn't count.
Well, I did to begin with. But then I didn't.
But first of all, we've got Michael Wilson. Congratulations. Michael's done stellar work. And also, he's probably one of the nicest people you can find on the forum. And he's very helpful, both in PMing people and obviously on the forum and all things like that. So big thank you to Michael for making the Flory family such special, welcoming and all the rest of it. So it goes to him. He's been joined us 10 years ago as well. So
and he's a postie.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, can I take it back then?
Yeah.
So there you go. He needs a posties. That's as good as well. All right. So congratulations to Michael. I will sort this out for you probably tomorrow afternoon. I'll get it all done. So if you suddenly notice you've been cancelled, you haven't. Just your subscription has, but obviously you've been moved over to the other one. This goes for everybody on this list, by the way. Okay, second up is to a prolific, I will call it prolific, because I think that's quite apt, builder on the site, and that goes to Peter Fields. Not only does he build at a rate which is absolutely unbelievable, but as to say, he's always the first to comment, come up with things, bits and pieces. You know, again, we all know Peter. He's on the forums constantly. So congratulations. And funny enough, he's been a member for 10 years as well. You see there's a theme to this? As well. Okay, so the next three, basically this is like the long service award as well, because the next three members have been with us since records are kept. So this goes back, we started this in 2000, well actually in 1999, but properly in 2000. And subscriptions were being paid back then as well. And as far as I know, you guys were back there even that far long, but I can only go back to 2008.
So
as the system won't let me go back.
So they've been members that long, they're in the Magna Carta.
They are basically part of the woodwork of this place. So they are the musky smell you can smell when you're in the forum. All right, so first of all, first one goes to our very own Tom Sunley. Tom, I've spoken to personally for as long as I can remember doing this job, and he's one of the nicest guys you ever meet. And to be honest, not only is he a good modeler, he's a bloody good photographer as well, because most of us know him from his photographic work as well. And as I say, and he's a biker, so he, you know, goes right in it. So, but yeah, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet as well. So congratulations to him. Another one has to go to Mark Sidwell. Mark's been a member of the site forever. He's been around. He's like the furniture as well. So again, well done, Mark. And again, he's been with us since I can remember. So this goes back. He's been longer than 2008 all the way through. And the last one up, and to be honest, it's one of those ones, is that Murray's been with us for so long, and his avatar is so there. It's weird. You see it, and it's like know you via your avatars rather than you. It's weird, but it's just been one of those that I see it, and it's like the good old days, so to speak. But that is our very own, and apologies for murdering your second name, but Murray Haldane. I'm going to go with Haldane because it looks like it. All right, but it might not sound like it when you say it. So, but anyway, congratulations to you. So you five, congratulations, this year's 2023 Lifetime Achievement Award recipients. As I say, if you notice you get cancelled tomorrow, don't panic, you haven't been. You've just been moved over to the Lifetime Members area, so obviously no subscriptions or payments or anything will be made from that point. All right, so yes, congratulations to you guys. So well done to everybody.
Well done, everybody. Yay!
And none of them are in chat.
Are they not? Oh, great. So you do all of this and none of them are there. Right, take that all back. Find 5 people in the chat that have been here for longer than 10 years and everything else. So, yes. But congratulations, guys. And say, if you are watching this on Catch Up and all the rest of it, then obviously if you do notice it all goes haywire, don't panic, because it normally does. I delete them and somebody, something's gone wrong. I've been cancelled. No, you haven't. Jim says, can somebody who's not a member win a lifetime membership? No. Become a member.
Yeah, but remember, Jim, don't be so tight.
Yeah, don't be so tight.
Anyway, you're going to have to become a member soon to see what we're doing.
Clint says, I'm here. We know Clint.
Yeah.
It's all right, Clint. You're on the good list.
Clint, you've been a lifetime member forever. I think Clint, we've had that years ago. So, yes. But massive, but obviously thank you to you guys, and huge thank you to the Flory family. I know I say it a lot, but I really do mean it. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. It's as simple as that, because quite frankly, I'll be building Lego and I'll be on TikTok or something, you know. So, but no, thank you. Obviously, your guys' subscriptions, you pay for all of this. You pay for all the kit reviews. You pay for everything. You don't pay for the Lego because Mother will pay for that. But yes, everything you see and do is all paid for by the membership. So you say without you guys, I couldn't do it. And you guys have been supporting us when it wasn't cool either. I'd just like to point that out. Nowadays, you're cool if you're a Patreon and all the rest of it, isn't it? These guys were doing it before it was cool. So yeah, they were above the curve. So, yeah. But yes, but no, massive thank you. As Matt's just pointed out, there is a few changes occurring. What's occurring? Tell I was watching Gavin and Stacey yesterday.
God.
It was on all day. On Dave or something. But yes, so we have got some changes coming next year. if you watched the shows, the last 2 shows we did, you would have seen something at the end of the show as well. A little flickering, dancing type lady as well. That's something that was big that's going to be occurring probably in the beginning of February as well. That's something huge happening here. So that's coming along as well. So we've got lots of other stuff coming, lots of other builds. Me and Matt are going to be along building crap models and trying to pretend we're enjoying it. For your viewing entertainment.
We'll do our best.
We'll do our best and that. But no, we think some things aren't changing, but we have got some changes coming down the line. So members, you've got nothing to worry about. And also on that note, thank you for all the feedback I'm getting from the members. As always, I do it every year at this time. I posted out that thing for honest feedback. Please be honest. If you don't like something, say it. If you love it, let us know. We can do more of what you love and less of what you don't like. And again, so let us know. And again, we'll have a members show next week, so you can chat about it off air, so to speak. Or not on YouTube. So, yes, good job. Right.
Cool.
Are we all done then?
Yes.
Can we go back to the drink? Must have a Bailey's with my name on it somewhere.
Yeah, I thought we'd be going back to building your Lego. Andy's going back to weathering a Spitfire.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
That's it.
Tomorrow.
Well, he's got a week now to finish it. So, yeah, get it done.
1 week.
Sorted.
No pressure.
1 week.
I think even I can unmask a canopy in a week.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. So we'll be back with you officially next Tuesday, or Tuesday coming, I should say, as in next makes it sound like it's another week, but
Next
my days
week.
are all up the swally. So on Tuesday afternoon live at 3 o'clock, we will be with you. Me and Matt will be with you as well, which is our first show next for next year, which sounds really odd. Next year, I've got to get used to writing 2024 again.
I know.
Screw everything up on forms for the next 4 months. So
It's just longer to scroll when you have to put your date of birth in.
it is, yeah. It's another one. Yeah, when you apply for anything, Jesus.
I've run out of time. It's took that long to get the timed out.
But yes. Anyway, I'd like to wish you all, the Flory family, and obviously you on YouTube land as well, a very, very happy Christmas, a very happy New Year. Have a great 2024. Hopefully we're going to do loads of modelling along with us, and you'll be along for the ride as well, because we love having you with us. All right. So if we're all done, gentlemen, say your goodbyes. We can get out of here. And
Bye.
carry on.
Bye. And
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
yeah.
Bye.